Grecell 600 power station. Let's air up this air mattress. Great for any camping situation.
This thing is powering everything of ours. Got the watermelon, pineapple, Coke. Another great use for the Grecell out here. 600 watt at camp. We got the crock pot going, making some nachos. Don't mind the frozen meat, it'll melt down. This thing's been holding up great. All right, we are back from camping. It was windy, it was cold. It just was not the right time to be out there, but we were. We stayed only one night. We were supposed to do two, but we put the Grecell 600 watt 1200 peak to the test. Right now, as you can see, we've utilized every bit of juice it's had. So we're gonna charge it up. This thing has a fast charge, 0 to 50% in 50 minutes, 0 to 100% in 1.5 hours. It's on the side. You can actually use a solar panel with this thing too, which is pretty cool. And it also has an overload protection button. Just in case you overload it and it trips, click that and you'll be good to go. It's charging now. Let's see, what time is it? The time right now is 12:06, 12:07. So we'll come back and see how long it takes to actually get to 100%. All right, it's been a little under an hour and a half. What time is it? 1:25. And it's at 93%. The glare, sorry for the glare. 93% with 5 minutes left to charge. So this thing actually charges a little bit faster than what it states, so that's pretty cool. But what we're going to do, we're going to plug some things up to it, and we're going to test it out and see if it can power anything like power tools or heat gun, maybe even charge an e-bike for a little bit. Let's do it. We're just going to unplug it at 94%. This thing obviously does charge pretty fast. So on the side here, you have your 120 volts, and they have their own buttons to turn them on. Turn that on. Like the USB has its own button, DC has its own button. Let's see. So when I turn this on, it's saying it's gonna run it for 37 minutes because this thing's pulling 702 watts. Okay, that's good. Now let's try, oh, it has a fan on it too, which is pretty cool. I just heard it kick on. And a light. SOS light, obviously if you're in trouble. Let's see what else we can power with it. All right, so you guys saw it power fridge, power air mattress, all that, pumping it up. This thing does have a light, but let's say I need more light for working. Plug that in. Let's see if this thing will do it. Let's turn this thing on. Ooh, that's bright. So with this on right here, it's saying it can power this for 18 hours straight. This thing's only pulling 24 watts. This thing will last you all day if you're out there working. Next item, we have a orbital sander here. Let's see what it can do. This thing can power it for 4 hours of just straight working. It's pulling 117 watts. You could do a lot of sanding for 4 hours. I don't think your hand can actually handle all of that. Next, we have a saw. Plug that in. This thing pulls about 250 watts, and it can run it for about 2 hours of straight cutting. And you know you're not going to be cutting for 2 hours straight. So this thing would be great actually for a job site or something like that. Or if you got a little project on the side of the house and you know you don't have a long extension cord, bring that out there, get the job done. Now let's see if it can charge up a scooter. All right, right now we have the Ava Pro ES80. This thing is still at 93%. Let's see if it can charge it up a little bit. Say if you're in a pinch, your power goes out or something like that, you have this charged up, you need to get to the store for some necessities. You want to take the scooter, but it's dead. Red light means it's charging. This thing's only pulling 90 watts and it can charge it for 5 hours. So you can actually get a decent charge on the scooter with this Grecell 600 watt power station. Like I said, 5 hours to charge this. That's amazing. But my main use for this would be camping. I do go camping a lot, especially now that the weather's going to be getting nicer. So expect to see more videos of this thing.